Firefighters are facing a tough day ahead with dangerous fire conditions forecast for much of New South Wales today. Christy Coulter joins us live now from the RFS HQ. Christy, what are crews expecting?
Well, increasingly gusty winds and soaring temperatures are expected to grip much of New South Wales today, potentially fanning some already ferocious fires. There's around 80 blazes burning across the state. At least half of those are yet to be contained. There's broad areas of very high to severe fire danger, with a number of total fire bans, including for Sydney, the Illawarra and the Hunter regions. Blazes are burning from Queensland all the way through to the Shoalhaven, but there's a few that of most concern. They are the fire that's burning at Warragamba Dam, southwest of Sydney, the Gospers Mountain fire, which is northwest of the city, the 3 Mile fire west of the Central Coast, and another fire that's burning at Tenterfield. Today's wind gusts won't be quite as strong as we've seen on previous days, but the low humidity and high temperatures could potentially impede firefighting efforts. A cool change that's expected this afternoon also has crews concerned. They fear that southerly winds could whip these fires into another direction, and potential lightning strikes later this afternoon and into this evening could ignite even more fires. There's also a health warning for Sydney at the moment, with smoke haze coming in quick and thick into the city's basin. We've got some live photos of Sydney now, and there's just that big, thick grey smoke that everybody is waking up to in the harbour city this morning. There is a warning, of course, for anyone with asthma or breathing conditions to stay indoors. Pete?
Yeah, just absolutely extraordinary, that shot, isn't it, Christy? Really appreciate that. We will talk to you soon. That shot of the harbour. You can't really see much at the moment. Perhaps that will be moved by that southerly buster, which is expected to hit at around 2 to 3 o'clock this afternoon. But we've seen this a few times this summer already. It's only a couple of days into it, but that smoke that's resting over the Sydney basin, not really moving anywhere, causing all kinds of problems for people, admissions to hospital as well. So the warnings, once again, folks, if you're outside, probably keep your time outside to a minimum. If you've got any type of health concerns, then you probably should be staying indoors, and definitely to avoid any type of vigorous outdoor activity. So there we are. Once again, a live shot in Sydney. Firefighters are facing a tough day ahead with dangerous fire conditions forecast for much of New South Wales today. Joining me now, New South Wales RFS Commissioner Shane Fitzsimmons. Commissioner, thanks so much for joining us today. So give us your view of the day ahead.
Yes, good morning, Pete. Well, we've got 9 total fire bans right across New South Wales, from down around the Southern Ranges area, up through Sydney, the Hunter, and all the way towards the Queensland border. That's indicative of this really hot, dry air mass that's dominating much of the state. We're going to see winds from the northwest and west coming across the ranges. Fortunately, not as strong as we've seen in the last month or so, but still enough to cause us to have severe fire danger ratings. We are expecting a southerly change to come through, quite a vigorous southerly change to come through this afternoon, getting into places like the Greater Sydney area in the early afternoon, and then up towards the Hunter in the late afternoon, early evening. So that's going to create for some really volatile and dangerous conditions across fire grounds. So another tough day ahead. We've got 83 fires still burning, more than 30 of them are not contained, and we've got just on 2,000 people currently deployed across all those fire grounds, and the number of people will increase today on standby and to support the firefighting effort.
Commissioner, we are once again seeing live pictures over our harbour at the moment in that Sydney basin there. A lot of smoke that has returned. How long do you suspect that, yeah, we're looking at live pictures of that at the moment. You can hardly see a thing on the harbour. How long do you suspect that will stick around for or linger?
Unfortunately, Pete, we've got just on 2.1 million hectares of burnt country that is still occupying our attention with all these fires. And some of the large fires are just to the northwest of Sydney, to the west of Sydney in the Blue Mountains, and down into the catchment areas between, say, Oberon and southwestern Sydney. whilst ever we've got a breeze of any direction other than easterly, we can expect to see smoke inundation for quite a while yet, and we are expecting behind this change at least some southerly and some more easterly to dominate the weather pattern along the coastal strip for the next few days. So that might push the smoke elsewhere over the coming days, but unfortunately with so many large fires over the coming days and weeks, while ever we've got a breeze coming in towards the coastal area and the Greater Sydney area, we can expect to see some smoke.
Okay.